Welcome to Good News to Go. I'm Mabel.
And I'm Ren.
And we're bringing you the brightest stories from around the globe.
This week, researchers reverse Parkinson's symptoms.
And discover how bacteria can turn plastic into medicine.
A 2-billion-year-old moon rock and brand new type of dinosaur are discovered.
And a dog in India warns villagers of a landslide. 5 fast feel-good stories. Imagine reaching for a bottle of Tylenol knowing that one day the actual bottle will be the Tylenol.
You heard that right. Scientists at the University of Edinburgh have discovered that genetically tweaked E. coli bacteria can convert PET plastic, like what's in a water bottle, into acetaminophen in under 24 hours.
So scientists use a fermentation process similar to like brewing beer that would trigger a natural chemical reaction in the bacteria. So usually factories that make medicine emit high heat, petrochemicals, and fossil fuels, but this wouldn't.
So basically, trash becomes medicine?
Exactly, and it yields as high as 92%. So once this gets going, it would drastically cut plastic waste.
But this is early stage. They've done it in a lab, but obviously not on the massive scale that would be needed to turn bottles into tablets. Still, they have the prototype, the proof of concept, and now they just need to scale it up.
Yeah, I wonder if this could be the future of like pharmacies and recycling plants working hand in hand.
Next, an unknown type of dinosaur has been hiding in plain sight. It turns out the dragon prince of Mongolia has been sitting in a museum drawer for over 50 years.
Yeah, so back in the 1970s, its bones were mistakenly filed under Electrosaurus at the Mongolian Academy of Scientists until a grad student took a closer look.
Now it's officially named Canculu mongoliensis, which means dragon prince, and it was about an eighth of the size of a T-Rex, so think like a medium-sized like horse weight predator that lived 86 million years ago.
And it's named like a prince rather than a king because of its smaller build. And this species fills a gap in the Tyrannosaur family tree, which is cool. It shows how these dinosaurs like hopped from Asia to North America through the Bering Land Bridge and eventually evolved into apex predators like T-Rex.
And the scientists working on this discovery say who knows what else could just be sitting in museum drawers forgotten about.
So look through your drawers, everyone. Researchers have reversed Parkinson's-like symptoms in mice.
Yeah, so at the University of Sydney, scientists found that a faulty form of the SOD1 protein was contributing to Parkinson's in mice. So they restored its function with a targeted copper supplement, and they found it effectively prevented motor decline. And so treated mice maintained normal movement, but untreated ones worsened.
Which was beyond what they expected. And of course, this is a big deal since there's no known cure for Parkinson's and very limited treatment, so this would literally save lives.
Meanwhile, at Stanford, another team tackled a genetic form of Parkinson's linked to an overactive enzyme called LRRK2, and they gave mice an enzyme inhibitor for 3 months, and it actually restored dopamine messaging and nerve ending density.
And what's crazy is that suggests that it might be possible to not just slow down the disease, but actually improve neuronal function if treatment starts early enough.
Of course, this was in mice, not humans, but these two different approaches could be pointing towards therapies that could actually shift Parkinson's research from managing symptoms to reversing the damage. Our next story is about a piece of the moon that's been hiding in Africa until now. A meteorite discovered in 2023 was recently dated to be about 2.35 billion years old, making it the youngest basaltic lunar rock ever found on Earth.
And that age plugs a nearly billion-year gap in what we know about lunar volcanoes between the Apollo Luna samples and China's Chang'e 5 basalt finds.
And its chemical footprint, which is its unique potassium, titanium, and olivine content, suggests that the moon stayed geologically active way longer than we thought.
And since it likely formed deep inside the moon, it tells us that the interior stayed really hot, probably from like radioactive decay, for far longer than we thought.
The rock only weighs 2/3 of a pound, so it's pretty small, and it may have blasted off the moon's volcanic plains by an asteroid before reaching Earth.
And now researchers want to map like where on the moon that this came from, which could guide future lunar missions. This last story comes from a small Himalayan village in India. So a puppy named Rocky, which was only 5 months old, started barking in the night, drawing his owner's attention to a crack in the house wall in rising water.
That's right. So Rocky's owners and neighbors evacuated in time, just minutes before a massive landslide and flash floods swept through Sayathi village and destroyed nearly a dozen homes.
So in total, 20 families, around 63 people, escaped unharmed thanks to Rocky's barking and the quick actions of his owner.
After all the chaos, villagers sheltered in a nearby temple, and the government has provided immediate relief, about 10,000 rupees, which is about $116 per family.
And what's really cool is that in high-risk mountain communities, dogs like Rocky often serve as early warning systems, sensing earth movements, floods, even landslides before humans do.
Well, you may have noticed we love ending on a feel-good animal story. They're just so pure.
And that's a wrap for this week's Good News to Go. I really like that dinosaur story.
Oh, I was thinking of Rocky. Thank you so much for joining us. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you never miss a video.
See you next week for more Good News to Go.